Would you drive your kids or your grandkids in a car without seatbelts? That is what not following the recommendations for canning is like. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sutton's Days. If you're new here, my name is Lisa, and we are all about pantry preparedness. And a large focus of this channel is canning because I love to can. I think it is one of the best ways to put up food. It is a nice longer term version. Okay, yeah, it says 18 months, but it goes for years. It's good for years. It's nutritious for years, okay? And if you do it properly, that's the key. If you can it properly. If you don't water bath can meats or water bath can carrots, you know, it's just common sense. And common sense, as you know, is not so common anymore. So let's chat a little bit about a botulism outbreak in Fresno County. In my news today, I got a link and it said, there's a botulism outbreak in Fresno County. The health department urges residents to practice safe food handling. What? Okay. I haven't seen one of these in a little while, and I wanted to share with you because I know we've talked before. It's like, well, you know, there's not very many reported on the CDC. There's not very many reported at all. And I'll explain to you why, because a lot of times it presents as a stroke. The symptoms of botulism present as a stroke, and I'll give you the symptoms here. But on June 27th, 2024, the Fresno County Department of Public Health is working closely with the California Public Health Department and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to investigate the suspected multi-person case of botulism in the Fresno area. Nothing says I love you like giving you botulism, right? It's believed the botulism is related to contaminated food consumed at a family event on the 21st of June. In Carruthers, and Saturday on June 22nd in Clovis. According to the county officials, I'll put the links down below. Botulism is a rare but serious illness caused by a toxin called Clostridium botulinum, and related bacteria. The toxin can attack the body's nerves, leading to muscle paralysis, particularly, this is why it presents as a stroke, particularly of facial nerves, and in severe cases, difficulty breathing and even death. Individuals can get botulism by ingesting the toxin through improperly home-canned, preserved, or fermented foods. Improperly canned. Okay. Our local health department is working closely with the area hospitals, state and national health agencies on this outbreak. While the risk to the general population is low, we are actively tracing those who may have consumed the contaminated food to ensure they get timely monitoring and treatment. This is also a good reminder for everyone to maintain safe food handling as we prepare for the upcoming holiday festivities, okay? The symptoms of botulism usually begin with weakness and dizziness, followed by blurred vision, drooping eyelids, difficulty in speaking or swallowing. That's why it presents as a stroke. As the illness progresses, it can cause paralysis that begins in the upper body and moves down to the lower extremities. Anyone ill with the symptoms of botulism are advised to visit a healthcare provider immediately to be assessed. Now, this could all have been safely avoided if people didn't think that they know better, if people weren't out there teaching unsafe canning practices, okay? I had a comment yesterday, and the people in my Facebook group saw this, unfortunately, you know, because I was not in the mood. I just wasn't in the mood, and sometimes, you know, you're just not in the mood. And, you know, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, actually, I do. And now these people do, too. Now these people do, too. You cannot risk your family like this. Well, actually you can, and that's the problem. That's the problem, is that you can risk your family like this. You can risk other people like this. If you choose to water bath can chicken, you know, or whatever the case may be, dry canned potatoes, fine. But don't feed it to other people. Why would you do that? Why would you, I mean, that is akin to handing a loaded gun to a 3-year-old. Why would you risk other people and family members at that? Unless your family really sucks, right? But still, why? Why would you do that? How do you justify unsafe canning practices. I know some of the justifications that I've seen have been, I can't afford a pressure canner. Can you afford a hospital bill? You know, I can't use a pressure canner on my stove. Find other ways. There are other ways. There are other ways. Okay. I get a lot of grief on this channel because I'm not going to coddle you and pat you on the head and say, it's okay. You can do it against the guidelines, which honestly you can. Rock on. Because I'm a strong advocate of natural selection, and I think we've done a lot to negate it in the past few decades. Go right ahead. Do your do. I don't teach it. I don't allow people to teach it in my groups, in my comments, on my page, because I think that it is akin to taking your young children and putting them in a car without seatbelts or handing a 3-year-old a loaded gun. It's ridiculous. And no amount of justification is going to make it safe. Don't tell me, well, they've always done it that way. No, they haven't, okay? I've said it for a long time. If anybody is using the word Amish or Mennonite, it is a marketing term. It happens to be a way of life, a spiritual path, a religion. But most people on the internet use it as a marketing term. The Amish in our area, the Mennonite in our area, maybe they're smarter. I don't know. But they make sure that you are pressure canning if you talk to them. Okay? They're like, no, use a pressure canner. Use a pressure canner. Because it is the safe way to do it. Well, they don't do this all over the world. They don't can foods all over the world. They may pickle them. They may water bath them. And again, if you know better, you do better. So for all the people that are like, oh, America's a great nation. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I live here. It's a great nation. Why don't we trust it? Why don't we trust the facts? The facts are that if you do it for the proper time, at the proper pressure, for the proper amount, you know, in the right vessel, whether it be pressure or water bath or steam, then you will have a safe product to consume. Why would anybody go through all of this work to risk themselves and their family? It just doesn't make sense. If you are one of these people, please explain to me in the comment section. I really want to know. I want to know the rationale behind wanting to risk the lives, the health, the wellness, the lives of yourself, your family, the people you care about. I am so, I am so cautious now. I won't buy jams and jellies and stuff at the farmer's market because I don't know if they're actually doing it properly. Most of the time, they don't know. Oh, I saw it on YouTube, so it's right. No, it's not. No, it's not. And the perfect example of this is one of our moderators. You guys know her as Nest Peeper in the Facebook group. She's Emmy. And Emmy reached out to the author of an article on elderberries and said, you know, it's no longer considered safe to can elderberries. And the author had no idea. None. And so the author pulled the article and is updating it. Because people just publish stuff because they've run across it. People just put stuff online because they want views. That doesn't mean it's true. That doesn't mean it's factual. That doesn't mean it's safe. Because you know what? They're not paying your hospital bills. They are not living in your house. They are not risking their family. Because I'd wager a pretty good guess that some of these really special cases that are canning cream cheese or canning cheesecake or dry canning potatoes or, you know, I'm sure some of them are feeding them to their kids. God, it's terrifying. But I'd wager a guess that a lot of them end up throwing it out and just don't tell you about it. So be careful about what you consume as far as what's out there for information, because it is terrifyingly dangerous quite often. A lot of you have, you know, been followers of Canuary, or you came here because of Canuary, which is a collaboration we do every January. And I can tell you that Canuary is becoming increasingly difficult to coordinate because of the amount of people out there doing such crazy, unsafe practices. And because I don't want that. I don't want to promote that. I want to make sure that the information that I am helping to provide to you is good and safe and won't take out your family. Won't end up with a whole family of people in the hospital being treated for botulism. Can you imagine paralysis of the upper part of your body because you ate somebody's potato salad? I don't know that I love anybody that much. Do you? I'll put the links to the articles down below. And of course, if you're interested in learning how to can chicken the right way, the safe way, so that it will literally last 10 years on your shelf if you want it to, then check out this video right here. Sorry about the rant. Until next time, everybody, be safe, please.